So I was on with Steve Dace, well, just on Tuesday, but we had a different topic. So it must have been last week's show. And he was red hot about Michigan's recruiting ranking, and not just the recruiting ranking. I understand his point was, and I came to the same conclusion, that it in July, with National Signing Day coming up in December, it's less about the recruiting ranking and more about, okay, every time Michigan loses a recruiting battle, let's say they're going head to head with Notre Dame, they lose that one. They go head to head with Michigan State, they lose that one. They go head to head with a combination of Notre Dame, Michigan State, Ohio State, Penn State, or whomever, they lose another one. That's another guy off the board. That's another guy that they were that close to getting, supposedly, and he's off the board. And the odds of these players decommitting from Notre Dame is pretty minuscule. They're probably lost. They're gone. And so that just narrows the field of guys that Michigan is going to be in the running for to make this the kind of class that Michigan fans are used to, which is usually 8 to 12 in the country, something in that range.
At least top 15.
Top 15 in the country. It was 53 last week. It's up to 36 with some of the recent additions. So that's a nice jump. Yeah. But Steve Dace's issue was with NIL. He doesn't think that Michigan's fighting the NIL battle the way that they should. I was going to say under the rules, but there are no rules. Basically, just not just letting it all loose and trying to pursue players the way everybody else is.
Yeah. Well, I think, and that's why I believe I could say his name wrong, but Santa Ono, the new president for the University of Michigan. I mean, he's, apparently is he's huge into academics as well as athletics, which is huge. You need the backing of, there was no, it was a lot of smoke about, Schlissel not being a big fan of Harbaugh during his time at Michigan and not really having athletics as a huge priority. And so it's huge to have a school president that does value athletics, right? And so we'll see, what kind of impact he potentially has on Michigan's expansion to NIL. Of course, it's not his direct field, but if the school president wants you to take certain actions, you're going to probably do it. So I'm with Steve in terms of NIL and the Michigan's lack thereof of really utilizing it, because I feel like you have to make a decision. Do you want to be a pretender or you want to be a contender? Do you want to pretend that you're part of the, let's say, top 12, top 15 programs in the country, or do you want to actually do it? And I believe the way the NIL is trending, if you want to do that, you have to jump in, feet first, full in. You can't dip. You have to go, because these other schools, our contemporaries, aren't doing that. And you're not saying it's an end-all be-all for getting or losing a kid. I mean, apparently Dante Moore just wanted to go to Oregon. That happens. But I will say, from a local standpoint, losing out on two highly touted quarterbacks in a state like Michigan, where we're just not flooding with, a lot of five-star talent like the state of Texas or Florida or California. When we have these local kids here, it hurts that much more, especially at the quarterback position, if we're not able to get one of them. Is it the end of the world? Of course not. But it does matter. And, somehow, Michigan has to find a way to, of course, being at 36 is not going to do it. They have to find a way to finish in the top 15. And that's just to maintain where they've been. And look, my goals for this program are the same. You will never convince me, and if anything, Tony's data help strengthen that, is that this program has to settle with just being good, solid. No, you have the brand recognition, you have the financial backing, you have the academic respect to be an elite football program. And that's just it. And anything else, I think Michigan fans are settling for.